Hey guys, we are back with the next round of upgrades for this tier of budget build. And this is personally one of the more exciting sections that we're gonna be doing on this tier because it's all outdoors based and lifestyle based. And so as somebody who personally likes to get outside and hike and mountain bike and snowboard and all those things, this is gonna tie into it perfectly. So let's jump into all the details. So there are essentially two pieces here that are gonna lay out the groundwork for how we're gonna do our bed upgrades. One is gonna be this Rhino rack crossbar system, and the other is our Pace Edwards tonneau cover, which you can't see on the bench here because it would take up everything, it's enormous, but essentially how it's gonna tie in is basically we've got our Rhino rack Vortex crossbars here where we can add all of our attachments onto them, and those are gonna fit onto the Explorer rails that are an option with our Jackrabbit tonneau cover. And so essentially that allows us to run a retractable, durable aluminum tonneau cover to protect all the gear inside the bed while still having the ability to actually put these rails on to where we can add attachments and run all the other equipment that we want. That way there's not really a lot of compromise and we get the best of both worlds. The next upgrade in line is going to be this Rhino rack hybrid bike carrier. And personally, I love to mountain bike. Some of the other guys here are cyclists. They like to do road biking or whatever else. And so this is a really neat upgrade just in our minds because this is going to give basically a wide range of utility when it comes to hauling. Essentially, it's adjustable. So as you can see here, we have it kind of broken up into two parts, but you have this bar that can fold up, lock the tire, and it's height adjustable. So you can go anywhere from a 20-inch to a 29er and set it up basically to lock your bike in not only to the carrier, but also lock it to the rack itself. So that way, no matter what you're hauling, it's safe and people can't just come up and tear it off and take all your stuff, which really can ruin your day pretty quick. So overall, the hybrid bike carrier is going to be super neat, and I can guarantee you that I'm going to be throwing my bike in here and trying this out anyways, so we'll get to that later on and really do some testing with it, see what happens. Now moving forward, the next attachment we've got is this Rhino rack ski and snowboard holder. And these are pretty common if you are already into skiing and snowboarding. You've almost certainly seen these on other vehicles. And basically what it is a clamp system that you open up. It's got these kind of rubber buffers in there. It'll just kind of snap down on top of your snowboard or your skis, whatever it is. You can lock it, hold them in place, and that just keeps them out of the cab. So that way you're not bringing wet equipment in there, or just obviously just the length of a snowboard or skis can be really cumbersome trying to put that somewhere where you're trying to store other gear or people. Super handy upgrade in that regard. And also there's the additional feature of if you're not into skiing and snowboarding, these are excellent for carrying fishing poles. Now, for some of you might just say, oh yeah, I just tuck my fishing poles in the bed and that's fine. But realistically, if you want to keep them from flying around and banging into each other and tying up lines and having all that issue, this is a great way to haul it and still keep that bed space free so you can throw other totes and tubs and camping gear in there. Definitely a really nice piece with a lot of utility. Now the last upgrade we've got lined up here is this Thule GateMate tailgate protector mat, and it's a 62-inch model, so this is essentially going to work a little differently than like a standard bike carrier. You're kind of looking at two different audiences basically. While the Rhino rack bike carrier here is awesome, this is going to be for a little bit more hardcore cyclists and enthusiasts that carry bikes all the time, whereas this is better for probably somebody who's carrying a lot of different bikes or a family man and wants something a little less permanent. What you do is you just take this, throw it over the tailgate. It has the straps and everything to lock it in, and then it's got this vinyl protection that keeps it weatherproof, as well as some nice suede on the inside. Keeps your paint in good shape, and once that's locked down, you can throw the front of your bike over the top and just kind of lock them onto the tailgate and line them up. While the intended use is obviously to run bikes on this, we also think you could probably use it for pretty much anything where you wanted to protect your tailgate. Like if you threw kayaks in there and have them kind of sticking out the back, this is going to keep you from bumping it around or scuffing up the kayak or your tailgate, really. So it can be a little bit multifaceted in how you use it, but we think it'll be a handy upgrade just to tie in the whole lifestyle that we were trying to bring with this truck. With this being a heavily outdoors-based lifestyle type of build, obviously it's stuff I can get super excited about, and as somebody who mountain bikes and snowboards, you better believe that I had an influence and a say in which parts we added on. But I want to know, if you guys can leave a comment below, tell me how you use your trucks or what kind of setup you'd run for your Rhino rack system to fit basically your lifestyle and the gear you use. Because obviously some of you guys are probably more into like fishing and kayaking and things like that, or some of you are still into cycling but have a different way of doing it. We want to know. So head down below, give us an update on that. And also make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss out on the installs and reviews that we're going to be doing on all these parts. And we'll see you guys next time.